You come home after a long 9 to 5, your boss just gave you another quick task at 6:45 p.m. Your dinner is getting cold, and what do? You open YouTube and fall straight into a rabbit hole of crime channels. That chapter, MrBallen, Explore with us, all these US-based storytellers pulling millions of views just by calmly narrating the worst decisions humans have ever made. No face, no fancy studio, just a voice, some visuals, and a spooky soundtrack. And while you're watching, there's this little voice in your head going, wait, they're literally telling stories. Why am I still replying to Slack messages? That's the exact feeling I want to tap into today, because what's even crazier is that some creators aren't even starting with long videos anymore. They're using AI to make short 30 to 60 second crime clips blowing up overnight, and then converting that audience into long-form crime stories that can pay 10x more. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how people are building faceless crime channels. Now they're turning them into serious money machines, and how you can start one using just ChatGPT and Filmora 15. No heavy VFX, no 4 different apps, no I'll learn After Effects when my life is sorted. We're doing everything live, from idea to script to voiceover to full edit. I'll show you how to use shorts to grab attention instantly and then turn that attention into long-form content that actually earns. And yes, I'll also show you how Filmora's new AI and pro workflows help you post faster, look more cinematic, and stand out. By the time you finish watching this, you'll either start your own crime series or you'll never be able to binge these channels without thinking, that could have been my channel.
ステップ1アイデア作り GPT でひらめきを得出すんだ
So let's start at the core, the idea, because without a good story, even the best editing is just fancy noise. I'm going to switch over to my browser now, open ChatGPT, and I want you to imagine you're doing this along with me. I type in something super simple. Give me 5 true crime stories that are lesser known but gripping, based on US cases solving banks, missing money, or identity theft. Instantly, I get multiple story ideas: a small-town bank fraud that went unnoticed for years, an ATM hacker who never got caught, a stolen identity case that ruined someone's life. Now, of course, I don't just blindly copy anything. I pick one that sounds interesting. Let's say the invisible ATM thief. And then I open a new tab, jump to Google, and search for articles, court documents, Reddit threads, anything that confirms the story and gives me real details. The goal here is simple. We combine AI speed with human research. ChatGPT helps us brainstorm story angles quickly, but we cross-check and turn them into something structured and real. That mix is why these crime videos are so addictive, and also why they work so well for 9 to 5 audiences. They want storytelling that feels real, not random fiction.
ステップ2 100本作り犯罪ナレタのように書くんだ
Now that we have our case, let's move into scripting, and I'll keep ChatGPT open like a co-writer. I'm going to paste a short summary of the crime into a chat. Something like, this is a real case about a man who manipulated ATM systems to steal millions without guns or masks. Then I'll prompt it, turn this into a YouTube crime documentary script, written first-person narrator voice, with a strong hook, background, crime step-by-step investigation, and an open-ended emotional outro. Keep it under 8 minutes. ChatGPT will spit out a decent first draft. Is it perfect? Never. But it gives us a skeleton, live on screen. I'll scroll through and you'll see me editing lines, adding little human touches like, he didn't look like a criminal, he looked like the guy who reminds you your parking ticket is about to expire. I tighten the hook, slow down the key reveals, and make sure we don't sound like a news anchor reading a report. The goal is to sound like a friend telling you something insane that they can't believe is real. That's the tone most successful crime channels nail. Once I'm happy with the script, I save it into a text file, ready to feed into Filmora.
ステップ3 AI でボイスオーバーだ
Now, let's talk voiceover, because a faceless channel lives or dies on voice. I'm going to open Filmora 15 now, and this is where things get fun. I create a new project, and I use Filmora's AI voice features. Let's say today I'm tired of my own voice, so I go for AI. I copy the first section of my script, go to the text-to-speech or AI voiceover panel, pick a calm documentary-style voice, and click Generate. In a few seconds, I have a clean studio-grade voiceover line. I repeat this for the rest of the script, section by section. If you prefer, you can record your own voice directly inside Filmora, trim breaths, reduce background noise with the AI audio tools, and make it sound like you recorded in a proper studio instead of your echoey bedroom. Either way, the key is this: Filmora keeps the workflow simple. No exporting audio to another app, no praying your DAW doesn't crash. Everything sits in one timeline.
ステップ4 Filmora で編集なら
Now comes the juicy part, building visuals and editing using Filmora 15's new AI Pro workflows. This is where we make our ATM thief feel like a Netflix case file. I start by importing a small folder of assets, some Midjourney AI-generated ATM images, dark alley shots, city skylines at night, maybe a few stock clips of people walking in hoodies or typing on keyboards, plus any relevant screenshots, maps, or graphs about the money involved. I drag the first ATM still onto the timeline, under the opening hook of my voiceover, so here's where AI Extend comes in. I click on the clip, open the AI Extend panel, and type a prompt like, slow cinematic push in, cold blue light, slight flickering, extend by 3 seconds. I hit confirm, and Filmora literally turns that still into a moving shot. No keyframes, no complex compositing, just vibes. For another shot, I might use AI Extend to create a subtle camera drift across the keypad, or a zoom into the CCTV camera, and suddenly our short feels alive instead of slideshowy. Next, we need to show the moment, how our thief travels from one ATM to another, or how he routes money through different accounts. So I throw a screenshot of a city map onto the timeline. I grab the pen tool, and live on screen, you'll see me drawing a path from one location to another, just like we're marking coordinates on a detective board. Then I drop in a little sticker, a glowing dot, a small walking figure, or a dollar icon, and attach it to that path. I tweak the motion with ease in and ease out, so it flows like a proper tracking graphic. In other software, you'd either send this to a separate compositing tool or sit for 20 minutes doing manual keyframes. Here, I'm just sketching a path and letting Filmora handle the rest. This is the kind of thing you can reuse across episodes and even sell as a preset pack when your channel grows. We also want proof. People love numbers in crime stories. How much money was stolen, how long the investigation took, how many ATMs were compromised, so I switched to Filmora's animated charts. Before the recording, I prepared a simple CSV file with columns like year and amount stolen. I import that CSV file straight into Filmora. Pick a bar chart style that feels clean and thriller-friendly. Choose dark mode colors and hit generate. Now I drag this animated chart over the part of the voiceover where I say, in just 6 months, he quietly drained over $2 million from the system. The chart rises up on cue, maybe with a small sound hit, and suddenly, this isn't just a story, it feels like a case presentation. No third-party plugins, no exporting to some other motion graphics software. To make the intro hit harder, I use dynamic captions. I type out a title like, The Invisible ATM Thief. Pick a cinematic preset, adjust the tracking so the letters feel stretched and tense. Sync it with the beat of the background music, and then highlight keywords like invisible and thief as the voiceover says them. For lines in the script where we reveal something shocking, I add captions that pop or shake lightly on beat, which keeps viewers watching even if the sound is low. On top of that, Filmora source and timeline preview editing and dual timeline style views let me quickly skim through alternate takes or B-rolls while still seeing the big structure of the episode. That means I'm not constantly zooming in and out of the timeline and getting lost. I can refine microcuts while keeping an eye on the overall pacing. While I'm doing all this, I'll also sprinkle in small practical comments so you can see how this translates into money. Faster edits mean you can upload more episodes per week. More episodes mean higher chances of hitting the algorithm and building a loyal audience. And once you have a small but dedicated viewership, you can monetize in multiple ways. YouTube ad revenue from the crime niche, brand deals with VPNs, security tools, finance apps, affiliate links to the tools you use, and even selling your own presets, script templates, and AI prompt packs. The best part is, Filmora is designed so that you don't have a huge learning curve like with heavy pro tools. You can go from I have a story idea to I exported my first episode in a day or two instead of a month.
I've covered crimes with guns, masks, roaring engines, hostages shouting for help. But this one begins with nothing more than a quiet bank lobby in Taipei. A row of ATMs and a summer afternoon in 2016. No one yelled. No alarm screamed. Just cash pouring out of machines like they had suddenly gone insane. Customers stood there in disbelief, watching stacks of bills spill into a bag held by strangers who never touched the screen, never swiped a card, never entered a PIN.
Now, before we wrap, let's talk about why this is the perfect time to start. Right now, Filmora 15 is running a Black Friday offer, which means you can get all these AI and Pro features. AI Extend, pen tool paths, animated charts, dynamic captions, better workflow tools at a much lower price than usual. If you use my link in the description or bio, you can download Filmora, try the new update, and start building your own crime series. And don't forget, when you post, tag @Filmora Wondershare in your caption. Mention Mention that you use their features in your edit and put the download link in your bio or pinned comment. They're randomly picking some creators and sending out license codes, which basically means your editor can end up paying for itself. So here's my challenge for you. Tonight, after your shift, instead of watching 3 crime videos back to back, create one. Use ChatGPT to find a case and structure your script. Record or generate a voiceover. Open Filmora 15, import a few images, animate them with AI Extend, draw one map route with the pen tool, drop in one animated chart, and add a simple dynamic caption opener. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your first video will always feel off to you. That's normal, but if you stay consistent, 1 or 2 episodes a week, learn a tiny improvement each time, you're no longer just a viewer. You're the channel someone else binges after they're 5 to 9. You don't need a studio. You don't need to show your face. You don't need 10 years of editing experience. You need curiosity, consistency, and the right tools. Filmora takes care of the heavy lifting. You take care of the storytelling. If that sounds like a fair deal, hit the link, download Filmora 15, start your first crime episode this week, and let me know in the comments what case you picked. Who knows, 1 year from now, someone might be watching your crime video after work thinking, man, I wish I started a channel like this.